What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy John Anderson with the Real Talk 101 segment. Again, a bit of a disclaimer. If you don't like real conversations or if you don't like real talks, do not watch any of my videos. However, if you like real conversations, if you like real talks, as always, watch my videos. I know I haven't done these in a while. Apologize, been trying to deal with a lot of stuff. But one of the reasons why I'm making this video today is to talk about mental health. And what I mean by mental health is how we take care of ourselves mentally, especially as us as black men, because we don't take care of our mental health. Like, we are supposed to be leaders, supposed to be providers, we're supposed to do everything, we're supposed to sacrifice everything, take care of our families, to make sure our family, kids, everybody has a good life, but we don't take care of ourselves. Whether that's lack of sleep, whether that's deal with drugs, drinking as a coping mechanism, and not finding other ways to deal with our mental health, because us as men are taught at a young age that you don't cry, you don't show emotion, you gotta stay emotionless, you gotta stay like keep grinding no matter what, and even if it's to the detriment of our mental health, which is why you see a lot of men dealing with stress, men suicide, doing all these different things because it could be overwhelming, especially as black men when we have to take on the world by storm, and already by us being black by default, we're already looked at or perceived at as a threat to society based on our skin color, based on the way how we look, based on the way how we dress, and stuff like that. And that's why you can't just look at somebody's circumstance and be like, oh man, you shouldn't be doing this, shouldn't be doing that. You don't know what somebody is going through in life. You don't know what they're going through mentally. Especially when you look at a lot of people who be on YouTube and social media posting that they having a good life, posting that they're traveling everywhere, which is fine. But how are they doing mentally? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Are they really having a good life, or are they putting on a facade? Even people that you meet outside social media, are they putting on a facade just to show how good their life is? But are they actually living a good life based on what they showing you on camera? What are they like off camera? What is a mentality like? See, and even us as men, we don't go to therapy because we like, and this is me being honest. A lot of us men, we don't believe in going to therapy because it's like, I'm not paying to talk to anybody. I'll just deal with it myself. Sometimes, again, like I said, that could be overwhelming for us, especially if we over here trying to lead, trying to take care of everything. So we have to learn how to take care of our mental health, whether that's working out, getting more sleep, finding different ways to unwind, to take care of ourselves. Because if we don't, because here's what tends to happen when you don't take care of your mental health. You can be strong physically. If you're not strong up here mentally, then like I mentioned, you can have stress, stroke, all that stuff that you don't take care of your mental health will come back and harm your body or harm your physical health. So your physical and your mental should be equally strong, not one stronger than the other. They both should be equally strong. Also, there are times where even us as men, where we look at life like, oh man, I'm afraid to fail. Oh man, I'm afraid that if I fail at this, I'm gonna be branded as a loser or something like that. We let things trigger us, even though we don't say it. We prone that perception that, hey, I need to do better because if I don't do this, then I'm not gonna be nothing in life. And even with trauma, you have people who deal with trauma from family members trying to tell them that, oh man, they ain't shit. You got other people who try to say, oh man, you poor, you this, that, the whole nine. And and a lot of that can take a toll on people. So which is why you see a lot of people move, or a lot of men move the way that we move, is because we don't know, a lot of us don't know how to take care of ourselves mentally, and even me. You know, sometimes I have to go through that. With me being a personal trainer, me being an actor, and just doing a whole lot. You know, even in high school, I took on with CLD, playing sports, doing all that. In college, was going to school, taking night, was going to school, coaching football, working, doing everything. Most of the time, even when I was in school, I would only sleep 4 or 5 hours. I ain't never got 7 hours sleep unless it was on the weekend or something like that. That would be the only time I've had that much sleep in college. Barely six if I can get 6 hours in. But sleeping also has an effect on your mental health. How? Because you need at least 7 or 8 hours of sleep just to get your mind rested, everything reset. You know, even in college, like, you know, I've told people like, hey, you gotta learn how to take, breaks in between studying. You gotta learn how to take breaks because that's the best way you want to retain information versus just keep going through it, keep going through it. Then by the time the test comes, then you don't know the answers or anything like that because again, what you are, because again, you're not taking care of yourself up here. Even people with strong minds, like when you talk with people, when you debate with people, you kind of tell who has a strong mind and who doesn't. Now, before I get into that, let me say this. Just because I'm mentioning mental health does not mean that you gotta say yes to everything. Like, still have standards and still tell people, no, I'm not gonna do, no, I'm not gonna do X, Y, and Z, especially if it's affecting my mental health. I don't give a damn what it is. Still have standards and still say no. Because if you have standards and say no, then you can kind of tell what a lot of people's mental health is. Like if a person that has strong mental health, you're like, okay, I can respect it, I can understand it. Or even if they don't agree with everything that you say or everything I say, they might be like, hey, you know what? I respectfully disagree with you or it's at the whole nine. But just because somebody disagrees with you does not mean that you gotta be argumentative. You have to understand, like, hey, look, all right, I understand where it is that you're coming from, but I also see it in this kind of light. I also see it in this kind of light as well. Like, you can have two different point of views, but a person with mental health, like, they gonna be mad at you, be trying to disrespect you, call you out your name because you disagreeing with them. If they having a bad day, they gonna lash out at everybody. If you're not 100% on their side, they got this mindset where it's like, oh man, yeah, no. Learn how to keep your mental health in check. Even if you have to go to therapy, it wouldn't hurt to try it. I mean, you might not like talking to somebody, but you have to at least talk to somebody. And I know us as men, we are conditioned like, nah, we shouldn't talk to nobody about, whatever it is that we're going through. But we got to, because if we don't, that's going to affect the way how we move. That's going to affect the way how we lead. That's going to affect the way how we become the protector, the provider, all this at the whole nine. So if we don't talk about whatever it is that we're going through or whatever it is that we go through mentally, then how do you expect to lead somebody to be the best versions of themselves if you not take care of yourself up here? You take care of yourself physically all day long. If you ain't take care of yourself up here, that's not going to matter. So yes, mental health does play a huge factor in the way that we lead, the way that we move, in the way how we do things. Because if you don't take care of your mental health, then you're gonna do a whole bunch of crazy shit. And even trauma and even abuse does play a factor in that too. So yeah, so if you need to open up and tell somebody like, hey, look, listen, like, I'm going through this because X, Y, Z, but that does not mean that you have to go through life and be all emotional, being a crybaby and stuff. No. I'm saying it's like I said, as men, it's okay for us to cry, but that doesn't mean be a crybaby 24/7. That doesn't mean that, oh man, if everything doesn't go my way, I'm gonna get mad. Look, sometimes things in life doesn't go your way. Like, yeah, sometimes you can be mad, but you have to find other ways to navigate through that. Nothing in life is gonna be perfect. And that's something that we have to understand as men. How do we take care of ourselves mentally without having to deal with coping mechanisms with smoking, drinking, and doing everything that's gonna damage our mental health even more because we don't know how to take care of it. Because the way how we were conditioned at a young age not to take care of ourselves. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind. That, we gotta do better to take care of our mental health, fellas. So this is my Real Talk 101 segment. It's your boy Joe Harrison. Peace out.